Thank you very much for inviting me. Some of you met me already 2 days ago at my mentoring sessions. I must say, and I already tweeted it, I'm quite impressed by the quality of teams and the projects I see here. I'm from Czech Republic. We have quite a lot of incubators and accelerators, but I must say that really level of Hubraum is unique. So I would really appreciate if we could all hail to Hubraum because they prepared brilliant accelerator. So thank you very much, guys. Really brilliant. Okay, so I will be talking about how to validate your ideas, but maybe I will browse also to some marketing and business development topics. So about myself, I'm working as a manager of a company, EF1. We have several projects. We have marketplaces in the Czech Republic. It's like Odesk, but local. We have also a live chat. I assume some of you use live chat software, so we have the same in the Czech Republic. We also do presentations and trainings for startups and companies. We train them how to do marketing, how to do sales, how to do growth hacking, and also we are doing advisory and consultancy for big companies, how to do marketing and sales. But let's start. I'm sure you know this guy. Who doesn't know him? So you should. Okay, so this is your homework. Okay, this is Seth Godin. I think he's the best, one of the best bloggers in the world. And I was in London to visit him. He had a presentation. He hates to fly, so it's really rare to see him. Next time he's in Europe, it's the end of January in Finland. So if you will have time, go there. And he had this presentation. It took like 3 hours, but it was like this, you know, because he really knows how to do presentations. And he was talking about a case of a girl who put her project to Kickstarter. I'm sure you know Kickstarter. And she wanted to raise $100,000 for a new CD. And in one day or in one night, she raised $500,000. And after its success, a lot of people came up with a lot of ideas and a lot of new projects, but none of them succeeded. And Seth Godin said that he talked to that girl, and she told him that she was 7 years playing for free in bars and restaurants, in New York subway, in parks. So what a lot of people, or most of the people, see is the overnight success. But the way to this overnight success took 7 years. So it is quite interesting, and it's attractive for media to show examples of interesting companies. You know, these guys created some simple software and sold it to Facebook for $1.3 billion. Impressive. But for most of the companies, most of the startups, it really takes hard work. And last week I read a very interesting quote. Hard work really works. So really work hard and the success will come. Another interesting quote from Seth Godin was that a lot of people see just the success, just the big one. I mean the exit. Okay, we will sell our company for $2 million. But the most important is focus on small successes. That means I will create a great pitch. I will set a meeting with interesting investor. And you must celebrate these small successes, because if you will combine these small successes, this will lead you to the great one. So it's not about a big one, about a big success. It's really about a series of small successes. And Seth wanted to say that to make it happen, to succeed, takes some time. But there is a big but. We all want it fast, right? We all want it to happen in 1 or 2 years. So how to make it happen faster? I will tell you a couple things. I'm sure you know them, but we can just, repeat them, remind yourself. Make the demo fast. Faster than you think. I spoke to many of you, and I think you are quite late because you have a great product, but you are polishing it for a long time till you show it to the customers. So make the demo fast, even if it's not completely working, and even if you don't like it. This is the tough part, right? Because I don't want to feel embarrassed when I show my product to some investor, or worse, when I show it to my customer, because I'm afraid that he will say no, or he will say, oh my God, what's that? But really, if you show your product to the customers and you don't feel embarrassed, you are late. When we started the marketplace in the Czech Republic, we felt a lot embarrassed because we released our beta and it was working, but there was a lot of issues and so on. But we saved a lot of time because customers really told us, we don't need that, we need this, we don't need this feature, we need this. So they really showed us what's important for them. So go to the customers as soon as possible. I know that there are examples. I know there is like OmniPace or other guys who just created the vision, the idea, and showed it to the customers. And they said, oh my God, that's brilliant. And they started to work on it. And this is how it should work, because customers know what they need to resolve. Another important thing is hack the system. I saw a presentation from Tuesday, and there was this brilliant picture, think outside the box. And this is exactly what you need to do. And I'll show you how, for example, we do it in our company. So what we do is we use templates. I'm a developer, I'm a businessman, I'm a marketer. So I don't care if, this is a clean code or this is not, I just need to customers to work for them, and I just need customers to pay me, that's all. That's why we use templates, we use systems that already exist. And this is something that I saw also in your presentations, that some of you, and it's normal, try to develop everything themselves. But why? Why someone is developing their own guided tour through the system if they can purchase WalkMe or other software like that? If it works, you can develop it yourself, but this is the fastest way how to do that. Other thing we are doing is we are outsourcing, and we are outsourcing a lot. Who tried Odesk or Elance or freelancer.com? Brilliant. We spend every year $30,000 to $50,000 on Odesk. Now we spend a lot of money in our system, and it really works because what you have to do is focus on important stuff, and you can really outsource so many things. I'm not telling you to outsource everything to India or to China because you can lose a lot of time, but really don't do everything yourselves. What you have to do is focus on business, on sales, on pitching the investors. So really the easy stuff, outsource, and you focus on the important stuff. What we do is also we use existing systems or softwares if we want to present the idea. So I will show you example how we used a ready-made system to show the customers how it works. And when they said, oh my God, it's really brilliant, I would buy it, then we developed our own, and it really works. And the last thing is really use all systems, all softwares that are available to make your product brilliant. If it works, you can create it yourself. If it doesn't work, just don't do it, but really focus on important stuff. So, for example, we created there was a demand for an app, for a mobile app, for conferences. So people could see the program of the conference, the information about speakers, information about participants, a networking feature that you could really ask some participant if he wants to meet. And so what we do basically, we bought Attendify for $400 because the lowest price we could develop the system for was 5,000 euros. So we paid $400. We used the system that is already working. In attendify.com, you just build the application inside. When you are satisfied, they just release it, they send it to App Store and to Google Play. And then from 150 participants of that conference, 121 downloaded and used the app. And we collected feedback, and these guys really appreciate it. So for us, that was the validation. We could have developed it ourselves, but it would have cost $5,000. But now we spent $400, and it worked. Of course, we could have much more features, but it's not important. For the validation, it's absolutely enough. Another case, we had a demand, or we saw the demand for companies that have remote workers. And sometimes they have problem that these remote workers sign up that they are in work, but actually they are not there. For example, in the construction industry. So what we wanted to do is to create an app when remote workers would just sign up, and it was used the GPS, and it would tell the manager or the owner that the worker actually is at the construction. So what we done, because the owner of the company, he just didn't get it, that we bought a template of a mobile app for $9, and we just created a responsive website. It was almost not working. We just wanted to show him how it would work actually if it would exist. And he bought it. And it took us 2 hours and $9, which is brilliant. Also, we had a demand for a mobile app for one of the biggest European producers of radiators and heatings. So I put the project on Odesk. And I hired 2 developers, one from Egypt, who offered to program the app for $150. So I said, okay, let's try that. That will be interesting. And also another guy from Poland, from Krakow. Actually, I met him yesterday for the first time after 1 year of cooperation. So I booked both of them because I said, okay, so I could have 2 developers working on the same app for $700. After 1 week, I stopped the cooperation with the guy from Egypt. Because if it doesn't work at the beginning, just cut it, stop it right now. But the Polish guy was excellent, perfect. And we also made some profit from it, So really, the outsourcing works. You just must know how to outsource, because we lost thousands and thousands of dollars just because we were trying things, and we just didn't know how to do that. So you must really know how to outsource, how to control, how to deal with external workers. And use the software that exists. This is list, and I think it's half of the software we use for our easytask.cz, which is marketplace for freelancers. Of course, we could program the top news, the bar at the top, for the news and for blogs. But for us, it's better to pay $5 and use Hello Bar. We could create some chat, but for us, it's much important to focus on important stuff and to pay $30 for live chat. We use PunchTab for gamification, which is perfect. And now, after 2 months of having PunchTab there, we know that it works. So now we are developing our own system for gamification. So really, I think you are tech guys, so but try to not be developers so much. Try to think as a businessman, okay? Because it's about business, not about to have the best clean code ever. Do not test. I know everybody of you told me, we just tested it and we spoke to many customers, and they told us interesting things. But the best validation is sales, nothing else. So, instead of asking, would you use this service, which is quite common, ask, use this service. And better, instead of, would you buy this, which is a stupid question. This is really stupid. Would I buy it? Of course. I would buy Porsche. I would buy a plane. So buy this. Pretend like it exists. I don't want you to screw somebody up, Just show the customer that you have project, you have software, you have hardware that already exists. Buy this. And then you hear the reasons, you hear the arguments. If you ask, would you buy this? They say, oh yes, or oh no. But then if he says yes, and you ask him, buy this, oh, you know, we are just now kind of budget and so on. So you hear that. Okay, so don't test it, sell it. And that's why it's important to know how to sell. Because if you know how to sell, you know how to ask right questions. This is something I really found out during our mentoring sessions. That you told me your arguments, your selling propositions, but you didn't ask me. The very best question to ask is, and what is the most important for you? And if I would say the price, you can say value proposition with price. If I would say easy service, you can come up with easy service. But you were just, shooting arguments without knowing me, and nobody asked. So really, know how to sell. If you want to know how to sell, a couple of tips. Read Daniel Pink, To Sell is Human. Because if you say, who is a sales guy here? Who does sales? Raise your hands. Who does sales? Wrong. Everybody does sales. Yes, very good. Yeah, and you must be selling all the time. Everybody is selling. It doesn't depend if you are selling a product or idea, or if you are pitching investor, or if you just want to buy something for a better price. We are all selling. So really, read Daniel Pink. He has one of the best selling blogs. So sign up, even if you are a developer. Because I was attending a workshop today. It was about the leadership, and we spoke about the authority, and that sometimes the owner or the founder must take the card like, I'm the owner, sorry. But if you know how to sell, you convince people, and you don't have to pull out this joker like, hey, sorry, okay, now the argument stop, I'm the owner. Watch Shark Tank. Do you know Shark Tank? Yeah. Brilliant. Shark Tank, or in Canada and UK it's called Dragon's Den. It's a show where entrepreneurs are coming to pitch their product to the investors. And you can learn a lot of things. They always ask the same questions. All the time, the same questions. So, what is unique about your service? If I will come up with 50 developers, how long will it take to create such product? What are your sales? This is the most important question. If you don't have sales, then your validation is, crappy. So what are your sales? And if you don't have sales, do you have distribution? Do you have partners? Do you know how to sell your product? And don't say online marketing. You should really know how to sell. What is your margin? Of course, for software, which is scalable, is good, but for hardware, it's very important. Because I saw some hardwares, some of them were really cheap. But my question is, where are the margins? Where are the money? And how does this business scale? Which is the most important questions. And of course, they are talking about people. They are talking about actually how the business will work. Because this is also a very important question. What do you want? Do you want to run a business? Do you want to run operations, day-to-day operations? Or do you want to license it and just wait every month till you will receive a paycheck? Or do you want to exit soon? You must know that. This is really important. And of course, what are the competitors? And this is also something I missed. That sometimes you showed me product and you said, okay, in this we don't have competitors, and I found them in 10 minutes. So it's really important to know the competitors and what they offer. So watch Shark Tank and watch especially these two guys, Kevin O'Leary and Robert Herjavec. He's the bad guy, Kevin O'Leary, but actually he's a very nice guy. But they are really, really smart. So if you watch Shark Tank, listen to those two guys. They know how it works. Also use smart tools for selling. I think you know, for example, ColorQ from Warp. You can use YesWhere. So even if you are sending some important email to your partner or to your investor, YesWhere will tell you, now he opened that attachment. So you can call him the same day or the next day. You know, you don't call him like, hey, have you read that? Not yet. Have you read that? Not yet. You can use the smart systems for selling, not only for marketing. Use live chat at the beginning. It's very important because I know that you don't have capability, you don't have 50 people on customer service to reply to all of your customers. But at the beginning, when you use live chat, you will see exactly the feedback from your customers who are actually using the product. Some of the companies use software like Get Satisfaction. Okay, so there is a button, you know, do you have feedback? Okay, write us an email or fill out the form. But you know, people don't like just to write emails or something. They want their answer right now. So at the beginning, all of you use live chat to get the feedback. So you could even improve your marketing, your website. Because if people ask the same questions all over again, that means that you are missing something on the website. So really, even if you don't have customer service, use it. We use SnapEngage or our one or live chat, which have brilliant app for iOS. So you can receive your customers and questions on your mobile. Very important thing is test behavior. I have a question. How many of you guys is doing A/B testing? That's bad. That's bad. A/B testing is the best way how to make your marketing work, because it tells you what works based on data, not on your thoughts. So test behavior, you can use A/B testing on your website. You can use A/B testing on your emailing campaigns. A/B test every time and everything. Also, test subscriptions. I have a question. How many of you like pop-up windows? But you know what? They work. They work. I spoke to Neil Patel. Maybe you know him. He's from Kismetrix. I spoke to him 2 weeks ago in Brno, and he told me that this is one of the things that works best. Because it's not about you and what you like and what you know. It's about the testing. So you are entrepreneur. You can test everything. It's your game, you know. So you can place a pop-up and see if people are subscribing or not. If they're not, if they are just leaving your website, then don't do that. If you collect a lot of emails, a lot of relevant emails, then use it. And also use growth hacking. You know, if we would play this corporate bingo or startup bingo, you know, I think 10 people of you would win already at this moment. But what I can propose to you, for A/B testing, for example, we use Optimizely. It's a very easy system how to test buttons, text, unique selling propositions. For emails, A/B testing is crucial because when we test our subjects, and you know how it works, that the system just sends your emailing to the 20% of your addresses. He sends 10% and 10%, and that subject line which works better, that he sends the rest of the context to. So sometimes we have 30 or 40% more open and click-through rate. So really, A/B test emails. Subscriptions, test everything. Who has blog? Who has ebook for download? Really? Wow. So who is doing content marketing? Actually, today I found out that the software base is from here. And every time I have presentation about content marketing, I show base as a perfect example. They have this, it is blog, but it looks like magazine. It's called Growth University. And it's perfect. So if you don't do content marketing, start doing that. And also do growth hacking. if you type growth hacking, you see 26 million or something. So you can find out a lot of articles and presentations on SlideShare. But what I propose, most of the people see growth hacking as, okay, so we just put their sharing button, yeah? Forget it. Forget about doing something for free. If you do something for free, offer that service for email or for something. Okay, you can use something, but give us your email. You know, offer something for value. This is growth hacking. We all have Dropbox, right? So this is something, I saw some freemium models. But how does Dropbox do growth hacking? He offers 250 megabytes if you share it. If you share it on Twitter, then they offer 250 megabytes if you share it on Twitter, on Facebook. So do that. And also, one of the best way how to do growth hacking, even if it's not so sexy, is to make partners or to make distributions. Who read Growth Hacking Marketing here? Wow. So another homework for you. Read that book. It's a short. It has only 82 pages. And it's really great. And it tells you that sometimes much better than standard marketing like PPC and social media is really make a partnership with someone who has customers already, who has customers the same target group as you have. Because then you just make one deal with that guy and you can get to hundreds of thousands of clients. So think about who can be the right partner for me. And of course, talk to people, not only people in startup community. That is really important because there is a different world out there, you know. They don't know what is I don't know what we spoke about. They know different things than we do. So talk to different people and know how to look for information. Sometimes when I talked to some of your projects or some of you guys, you told me that, okay, this is something we don't have managed, you know, this is something we don't know. And it took me really 5 minutes to look it up and to say, hey, what about this? Oh, really? I will write it down. Yeah, this is the Google, but you know, it's Google and Google, you know. You can use the search the smart way and then the normal way. And there is a difference. So search the web, but all of you told me we spoke to our customers, right? Which is good, actually. But remember that customers sometimes don't know what they need. They use the same services because they don't know that there can be something better. So sometimes, even when customers are telling you, okay, I don't know, I don't need that. If you create the product that will help them, that will save their time and save their money, they will be buying that. So, okay, listen to the customers, but do it better way. And a couple of tips. I found out that almost none of you is using marketing personas. That means that you are shooting like boom, boom, boom. Create marketing personas. Create your ideal customer and then communicate to that customer. Create your marketing like you are talking to individual people. You know, who are your top 3 types of customers? And then your whole marketing should be done to them. Another thing, don't forget about emotions. You know what that picture means? Yeah, it's an elephant, right? It shows how our brain works. The emotional, I make it short, the emotional part of our brain was developed for hundreds of millions of years. And the rational part is for hundreds of thousands of years. We speak, we talk only for 200,000 years. That means that the emotional part sends 10 times more information and signals to the rational part. That means that we are controlled by emotions. And this is something that entrepreneurs often forget. And they put, features, we have these 10 features and so on. But it's about emotions. For example, our rational part, our brain knows that it's bad to smoke, right? But we smoke. Our rational part knows that it's good to go to fitness center 3 times per week, yeah? But we don't do that. So think about it. And think about it also in terms of, for example, customer service. Think that your customer is calling you and that he's, pissed off. So think that what will be his feelings after he will hang up the phone. Would he recommend my service or not? Also, think about it that way. What are the customer's emotions after he tries my service? Is he delighted or he's like kind of okay? So if you are building a product, no matter if it's software or hardware, try to imagine what emotions will have the customer after he will be using that. And my favorite slide, I put this slide to every single presentation I do. Who likes sauna? Sauna? Are there guys from Finland? I love it. And every time when I am in the restroom, at this relaxation room, there is this, some chill out music playing. I imagine that the owner will bring me a juice, a fresh juice. This is something extra, something I don't expect. Try to deliver something extra to your customers. Because if I go to the pub after sauna, I wouldn't say I was in sauna and there was freaking hot. But I would say I was in sauna and that guy brought us fresh juice. That was awesome. So try to deliver something extra to your customers. And be remarkable, be different, think outside the box. You really have to think different because nowadays, everything you come up with, there will be competitor, not in 1 year, but in a couple of months. So you need to be innovating all the time. You need to try things. You need to be A/B testing. You sometimes need to try really weird things. And the last point is that business and entrepreneurship is a game for adults. So enjoy the game. Thank you very much.